What's up mga kapsat? Good afternoon. Alright, Maestro is back. Ready na ba kayo sa State of the Nation address ng ating nag-iisang Pbbm? Guys, huwag kalimutan mag-like and subscribe. Sounds ba? Naririnig ba guys? Naririnig ba si Maestro? At saka yung kanta ni Don Kenkoy, naririnig ba? Tatasa Glenn and Vlog, shout out! Pagbigkasin muli ang ating lahi, sama-sama tayong mabangon muli. Ito na ang sandali, ganap na ang kahirapan, nagtatanong lahat. Shout out Ma'am Bambi! Shout out Ma'am Bambi! Sa mga bago pasok again, huwag kalimutan mag-like and subscribe. 10 likes pa lang tayo mga kapsat, baka naman. Kapsat, Iris Ledesma is in the house. Kapsat, musta? Eto na nga ate, nag-isang Infinite Streams TV. Shout out! Irish, naririnig ba? May sound ba tayo? Naririnig yung kanta ni Don Kenkoy tsaka ako? Naririnig nyo ba ako? Baka naman. Ayan, Jess is in the house mga kapsat. Yes, Tub. Good afternoon. Watching from Calamba, Laguna. Shout out, Sir Jess. Alright. Ayos. Tapusin lang natin yung kanta pa bago tayo umarangkada. Sa bayan natin inibig, ikaw ng puso at damdamin, ramdam namin iyong diringin. Ito ang tamang panahon, tayo ay umahon sa bagong umaga. Dala-dala'y pag-asa, sama-sama tayong mabangon muli, pagbigkisin muli ang ating lahi, sama-sama tayong mabangon muli. Ito na ang sandali, sama-sama tayong mabangon muli, pagbigkisin muli ang ating lahi, sama-sama tayong mabangon muli. Ito na ang sandali. Alright. Good afternoon mga kakabsat. Okay. So actually katatapos lang guys ng 19th Congress kanina, nag-meet sila. Dalawa kasi yung mini-event kanina. So the whole morning I think as well as hanggang umabot ng hapon. So may bago na tayong Senate President as well as House of the Representative. Ayan. So, tinatanong ko muna sa group chat namin, guys, kung pwede nang gamitin. Kaso walang makasagot eh. Kinakabahan ako eh. Although ginagamit naman dati natin, kaso nga lang, iniiwasan na natin kasi mahirap na baka makopyright tayo. Mga kapsat. Pero anyway, gawin na lang natin yung pinagbabawal na technique. Pinagbabawal na technique to. Oh my God, ano kaya yun? Shoutout sa lahat. Ariel Nacho, Jess Tube, Aris Ledesma, Infinite Stream, Ma'am Sheila Maceda, shoutout. Ma'am Lisa Joyce. Ayun eh. So sa lahat po, pati sa mga silent viewers natin, Jomar Agrava, Bambi Rimando. Sino pa mga pumasok dito? Ayun. Glenn M. Vlogs. Ayan. So maraming salamat po mga kabsat at nandito na naman kayo kay Maestro. Kahit pasilip-silip lang eh, maraming salamat po sa mga sumilip. Pero huwag niyo kalimutan mag-like mga kakabsat, no? So paalala po, today is the State of the Nation address ng ating nag-iisang Pbbm. So shout out September Vlogs. Maestro, kamusta? Anong oras ang start? Actually, laging alas 4 guys, lagi. Or depende kung maagang dating si Pbbm, pwede. Pero usually 4. Minsan sabi, alas 3. Kaya, pero for sure, yung ipaparinig ko naman sa inyo mamaya-maya, tapos makiki-update din tayo sa labas. Marami tayong mga kaibigan na nasa labas. Wait, may sinend sa picture. Ano to? Di nyo ako maloko. My God, balat boy! See? alak lang timaklog, oh. My God. Teka lang, natawa ako dito sa sinin ni Banat Boy sa group chat namin. Loko, pakita ko sa inyo, guys. Sabi niya, lang yan si Joma Season, guys. Hindi mo kami maloloko, Joma Season. Ito rin yung pinakita ko kanina. Tinabi. My God. Anak nagkamote. Tawanan din natin. Alright, ka. Send nga natin na naka-live tayo ngayon. Paketin natin. Ay, wait. Kaya nga pala. Maglagay nga rin tayo ng hagdan. Baka may gusto umakyat sa inyo, no? Yan. Paketin natin. Ma'am Eileen Gomez. Shout out. Kamusta po, Ma'am Eileen? Long time no see. Ayan, no? Teka lang. Ayan. Ipin ko yung ating... guys, anong inaasahan nyo sa unang SONA ni Pbbm? Anong mga inaasahan nyo? Sige nga, tanungin ko nga muna kayo, guys. Ano kaya ang pwedeng sabihin ni Pbbm o kaya mga ipapangako ni ating Pangulong Pbbm? Anong ina-expect nyo mga kabsat? Hey, God, nalang ko. Ay, bakit parang... Ay, mali. Mali yung na-share ko. My God. Mali yung na-share ko sa group chat. Sandali. Remove. Ayan. So, okay. Balik na ako sa inyo mga kapsat. I hope naririnig, no? AFP modernization sana ang mabanggit. Ang Sabah at West Philippine Sea may plans na yan. Ayun, no? According sa ating Infinite Streams. Ayan. Agricultural Idol, sabi naman ni Giovanni Padilla. Pagbaba ng presyo ng bigas po. Ayun. Naman, siyempre, mga pinangako niya yan ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, especially nung kampanya, di ba mga kapsat? So for sure, kanyan. How do you call this? Aabangan natin mamaya. Sabay-sabay natin abangan. Kamusta na kayo mga kapsat? Baka naman, no, sa mga bagong pasok dyan, hindi pa nagla-like, baka naman mga kapsat. So, aside from this guys, ano pang inaasahan natin? For sure, no? Meron na naman sasabihin yung mga kaliwa, parang kanina, nagwelga-welga sila, nagrally sila dyan sa may Commonwealth Avenue. Pinanood natin kanina umaga, guys. Ngayon, I think naka-schedule yata yung Pro Marcos ngayong hapon. Yun ang pagkakaalam natin, no, mga kapsat. May sinasabi ulit si Infinite Streams. Agriculture, noted na yan. Yung sabi ni ate ng bayan. Teka lang guys bayan. Senator Amy, pangalanan ang mga smuggler ng bigas ng mga gulay, name dropping kaya. Ayun, no? Tinatanong ni Infinite Streams, mga kakabsat. And sabi naman ni Kabsat Irish, at ang mga maraming trabaho para sa mga Pilipino. Exactly. Maganda yan, maganda yan. So, asahan natin. Pero, asahan din natin yung mga iba na pwede yung tungkol sa edukasyon, ano ba talaga magiging plano. Especially, nandyan na yung ating Vice President na Secretary of Education. Tapos, speaking of Sara Duterte, nakita niyo ba yung damit ni Sara Duterte kanina, guys? Ni Vice President? Madali nga silipin natin. VP Sara Batasan. Grabe, ang ganda ng suot ka kanina, guys. Ayun o, si VP Sara. Dali. Share natin saglit. Share ko mga kapsat. Ang ganda, guys, maganda. Ito, guys, suot ni VP Sara. Ayan, Ayun, magkapatid. Diba? May ibang pito. Nako, iba to. Ito yung mga nagbabantay kanina sa ilalim ng bridge. May libreng ice cream. Meron sila pampalamig. Ayan, QCPD, free ice cream. Teka lang. Ayun, Inday Sara. Kita nyo, ang ganda ng damit niya, guys, no? Talagang napaka gorgeous. Ayan, ito naman, Yan ang ating Vice President, guys. Nasa batasan kanina. Iba pa ba dito? Ayun, diba? San ka pa, mga kakabsat? Kitang-kita. Yun, wow, VP Sara. Sabi naman ni Infinite Streams. Noted na po yan. Education po. Parang igorota ni VP Sara. Parang ito yung isa sa mga ethnic costumes ng mga taga Mindanao, I believe. I'm not sure kasi hindi naman ako masyado familiar. Pag dito sa Cordillera, ayun, medyo Siyempre, taga rito ako, kaya kabisado ko. Pero pag dito po, pero maganda yung suot niya talaga. Yan, pumasok si Inday Sara,
Good morning.
Yan,
Good morning.
Diba? Stunning. Kapansin-pansin, no? Diba, mga kapsat?
Good morning.
Wow, amazing. From Representative Claudine Bautista po ang ating source ng ating video ngayon. Ayan Ayun sa ating House of Representative Speaker. Ayan may gulay. Amazing. Lumad. Ayun, tama, exactly, Infinite Stream. Tama, correct term, lumad. Good morning. Good morning. Agi, mabuhay Pbbm loyalista forever from Susan Marana. Ayun, selfie. Okay, silipin naman natin yung iba. Wait, check pa natin yung iba. Back. Ito naman, santo. Nako. Sige, ano to? Ayun si Representative Marcos. Ayan Sinalubong nila si Vice President. May feathers pa, may feathers. Wow, amazing. Last, hanap pa tayo. Ito yung nangyari kanina, mamaya na yan. Ano to? Watch mascots appear that despite President Marcos and VP Sara Duterte entertain the crowd along Batasan Road by dancing and tandems jingle. Andrew E. during the campaign season. Okay. Yung concert to mamaya. Pagkatapos ng inauguration, may concert, guys. Ayan Ayan. Diba? Kapansin-pansin, diba? Mga kapsat. Nice. Last pang. Okay. So, all good na tayo. Okay. All good. Shoutout sa ating 100 viewers. Sa mga hindi pa po nagla-like and subscribe yan, baka naman mga kabsat. Pangasinense ako, kabsat. Means agi. Ah, yes, agi. Sona all sa IBP. Ayan, no? Dami naman nagpapapaut kay Maestro. Mega love shoutout ng Rushin Singkit. Tuller Joanna. Mega love shoutout. Kabsat, kamusta na, Mr. Tuller? Okay, 81 likes na tayo. Konti na lang, 100 na. Baka naman sa mga hindi pa nagla-like dyan, huwag nyo na ipagdamot, mga kapsat. So, asahan natin guys to, meron tayong inihintay na, of course, State of the Nation address ng ating nag-iisang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Sa mga gusto umakyat pala dyan guys, ha, nakalapag dyan yung link. Baka naman, sunyo samahan si Maestro. Especially kapag nag-i-speech na si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Okay, so habang inaalam natin guys, silipin naman natin ang napakapsat. Samahan niyo ako guys. Tanggalin ko yung sounds natin. Yan, silipin niyo naman natin ano nangyari. Uy, naka-live si Mami Peng, si Top 1, si Papa Vin, si Vintag. Ang dami naka-live dito ng mga kasama natin. Teka lang. Kanina guys, ayun Splat, naka-live din si Splat. Ano kayang gina-live? Si Marson TV, naka-live din. Ang dami naka-live. Si Joms, punta mo natin si Kapsat Joms. Okay, punta natin si Kapsat. Teka lang, bakit parang dalawang live yun? Balik. Parang dalawa. Ba? Nakadalawang person na, alin ba dito? Dalawa ba channel niya? Ito naman. Sige, ito na lang. 20 minutes ago, parang namatay. Oh, naghang yata to. Mukhang dalawa nga. Bakit delete ang mga pansitan? Ganun pa ba? Okay, wait, sandali lang. Baka itong isa. Ganun din, naghahang. 51 minutes. Naku po. Teka. Si Papa Vin. Punta natin si Papa Vin. Ayun. Silipin lang natin guys yung nangyayari sa labas. Kasi nasa labas sila. Ito.
Nandito rin siya para suportahan si Pbbm mga kababayan.
Message natin siya.
Oo. Pati mga kabataan, ini-interview niya. Ayan. Ayan po. Oo. Ay YouTube channel niya mga kababayan.
Kumustahin muna natin si Papa Vin.
Ayan. Tignan niyo mga kababayan sa why Bongbong Marcos daw? Siyempre is the best Bongbong Marcos. Kamusta lagay ngayon dyan sa labas? Kapsat, Papa Bin. Maestro naman, okay naman sa ngayon. Kaso nga lang may jammer, walang signal sa pinakamalapit doon sa stage.
Ayun!
O kaya hindi tayo makapag-live. Yun ang
May
napakasakit
signal
na,
jammer mga kakapsat.
Oo, dahil wala talagang signal idol. Oo, pero dito sa
sayang naman.
May
Anyway.
pinaka-entrance, medyo okay yung signal. Okay? Maestro Paul TV, shoutout. Ayun. Mahina talaga signal, kaya dito lang muna tayo. At least, may update po tayo ngayon dito. Lalong-lalo na sa mga pumapasok po ng mga supporters. No? Yan.
Ayan eh.
Mga kababayan.
Salamat Papa Vin, no? Salamat Papa Vin, no? Guys,
anyway,
may signal jam. Jammer.
For blessing. Salamat. Support TV.
Yes. Salamat. Ikot lang tayo saglit sa mga kasama natin. Sino ba? Bintag TV. Okay. Yun guys, kaya pala walang signal kay Joms. Patay tayo. Ayan eh. Naku, pati yata si no? Natamado oh. Nagahang. Patay tayo dito mga kabsat. Naku po. Si Joms, patay. Sayang yung one viewer siya dito pero. Dali. Naku po, sino pa? Papa Vinci Top 1, hindi na kanyan. Kapares natin yun na live streamer na nasa bahay. Si Marson, 1K viewer. Tingnan nga natin.
Ang watch party.
Ay, patay tayo.
Na all.
Andali. Walagya ka, Marson TV. Ginamit niya SMNI. Guys, pasensya na. Hindi ko kasi pwedeng ipalabas yung SMNI. Sorry mga kapsat. Nakakuan tayo guys. Naka-strike tayo kay SMNI, no? So, almost, may 1 month pa bago ako So, iniiwasan din. Like, videos ko kay, lahat ng videos ko kay SMNI, pinagbubura ko na lahat noon. Kasi ewan ko, akala ko kakampi natin yan eh. Pare-pares naman. Kaso ewan ko, sumagot daw yung nabigay ng email doon na nasa admin daw, hindi daw siya. Pero siya naman yung nag-email. Anyway, shoutout Ma'am Rumia Paris, mega love shoutout. Tropang Ilongga, anti-bias fake news is in the house. Ayan, kamusta po? Sue Albor, mega love shoutout. Ayan. 3.5 views. Vincent Tabige, as in ngayon. Vincent Tabige. Dali si Idol Vincent. Vincent Tabige. Vincent Tabige. Punta natin mga kaibigan natin. Ito, mga UVIP ito mga to eh. Wala naman. O kanina to, 5 minutes ago. Kaya silipin natin to, no? Idol! Check ko lang ha, dinagsan ng libu-libong supporters. Ayun, supporters, meaning Pbbm supporters to. Okay. Tanggalin ko yung sounds guys ha. Wait lang. Ayun! O, mga BBM supporters to mga absat. Sino to? My God, talaga naman. Ang ating mga idol, oh. Ayun, PTV. Fast forward ulit. Meron bang something spectacular dito? Parang casual lang, no? Sige, fast forward ulit natin. Oh, kung meron mga anti-Marcos, meron din mga pro-Marcos dito, guys. Talaga nakaka, no? Ate mo. Alright, so katatapos lang ng I think live ni Idol Vincent Tabige, isa sa mga pioneer ng Kalye Survey. Okay. Tama ba? Stream ba? Oh, stream siya 5 minutes ago. Sino pa pwede? Si Mami Peng, hindi. Malamang, hindi siya. Hindi. Okay, punta muna tayo dito sa kan. Hindi ko alam pero kinakabahan ako kung paano natin habang hinihintay natin yung State of the Nation. Sana hindi tayo copyright dito, no? Although may nalaman akong kinaka-copyright nila. The Walking Page. Actor Renato. Ano to? Si Idol JDB. Ano nung The Walking Page niya? Tama ba yung pinasukan tong GC? Parang wala ito na. Team tulungan pala. BBM Sara. Ang dami namin GC sa mga kano. Ito. Ang galing ko muna yung sounds ko dito. Ito yung kanina guys. Yung sa camera. 19 Congress. Ayan. Nagvo-vote sila kung sinong gusto nila maging speaker. So, naitali-tali na nila yung kanina. So, to cut it off. Ay, cut it short. Alang. Bakit parang hindi ito nang... Oh, hindi siya nagpapakita sa inyo. Kaya naman pala. Sabi ko, bakit parang hindi siya? Yun. Sabi ko, ba't parang wala yung linya dito? Sabi ko, hindi pala nagpapakita. Sorry mga absat. Anong oras yung SONA, Vilma? 4 o'clock po, alas 4. Sharp, sabi nila. Pero let's see, tingnan natin.
Yes, please proceed, sir.
As representative of the Lone District.
Okay, pass forward natin. Shoutout sa ating RTVM, Presidential Broadcast. Ito si Inday Sara,
Speaker
nasalita
Martin
ko.
Romualdez.
Mastura.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Mr. Presiding Officer, in behalf of the 1st District of Maguindanao with Cotabato City, I vote for Congressman Martin Romualdez as Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Puro Martin
Naniniwala po
Romualdez
kami na sa Speaker Romualdez ay magiging huwaran, matapat at mabuting leader ng ating Kamara.
Yun.
Kaya po ibinibigay namin ang suporta namin sa kanya at sa kanyang mga adhikain ngayong ika-19 na Kongreso.
Tambunting.
The 2nd District of the City of Parañaque votes for Representative Martin Romualdez for
Na-perfect niya ba to? Na Martin Romualdez lahat? Kasi parang habang pinapakinggan ko to kanina, wala ko narinig na iba eh. Pero anyway.
And Martin G. Romualdez.
Oops, ayun.
Members who did not vote.
Okay, wait lang. Sige. Go! So good! Shout out June Realabit. Mega love shout out. Ayun eh. Si Martin ang panalo. Yes, kanina siya kanina nanalo.
Your Honors,
Ito na.
4 members abstaining from the vote, 22 members who did not vote, and 1 negative vote. The results of the voting show that Representative from the 1st City of Leyte, the Honorable Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, garnered 283 votes. With 283 votes, the chair declares a gentleman from the 1st City of Leyte,
283
the Honorable
votes.
Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, as a duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Yun oh. Representative Romualdez, House Speaker 2022. Ayan eh.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I move that a committee of 5 members composed of
Okay.
Representative Isidro T. Ungab, Representative Roberto V. Puno, Representative Camille A. Villar, Representative Christine Singson Mihan, and Representative Raymond Democrito C. Mendoza be constituted to notify the Honorable Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez of his election as Speaker of the House of Representatives and thereafter to escort the
Hindi
Speaker-elect
ko sure
to
ha.
the rostrum for
Hindi
the
ko narinig
oath-taking
kanina.
rites.
I'm not sure kung dumalo si Guan.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The notification committee is hereby constituted. The members of the House so named are hereby appointed to the notification committee and they are requested to inform the Speaker-elect, the Honorable Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, of his election and to escort him to the rostrum. The chair invites the family of the Speaker-elect, Honorable Ferdinand Alexander A. Marcos, and the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, Her Excellency Sara Zimmerman Duterte, to join him at the rostrum as he takes his oath of office.
All right.
Session is suspended.
Ayan oh. Kasama ni Inday Sara guys. Fast forward ng konti. Ayan, papunta na sila. Konting
We
fast forward.
administer the oath of office to the Speaker-elect. The Honorable Jaime D. Cuanco is requested to come to the rostrum.
Fast forward. Ayan, mukhang akit na sila. Ayun oh.
I, Martin Gomez Romualdez
of Leyte,
of the 1st District of Leyte, having been elected Speaker of the House of Representatives,
having been elected Speaker of the House of Representatives,
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge
I will well and
Tingnan nyo
faithfully
si Sandro Marcos
discharge
to the best of my
nasa gilid,
ability
oh.
to the best of my abilities
the duties of my present position,
the duties of my present position,
and of all others
and of all others
I may hereafter hold
I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines,
under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will support and defend
that I shall support and defend
the Constitution of the
the
Philippines,
Constitution of the Philippines,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and that I will obey the laws and legal orders
and that I'll obey all laws and legal orders
and decrees promulgated
and the decrees promulgated
by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation
and that I impose this obligation
upon myself voluntarily,
upon myself voluntarily,
without mental reservation
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Yun!
Congratulations.
Amazing. All right. Very good, very good. Applause. Cheers. Yun eh. Isa pa. Pictorial na. House of Representatives.
Wait, boss. Yung mic. Yan.
Yun eh. Alright, fast forward natin ng konti. Ito na, yung panunumpa.
Yeda, you're my inspiration.
Okay, message siya pala. May message muna.
Most of all, of course, to all our friends here who've made it very, very possible for me to be up here. I'd like to, of course, thank my immediate past predecessor, Speaker
Wait lang guys,
Alan J. Velasco.
CR lang.
Beyond the legislative agenda that we had accomplished together, he's too responsible for the refurbishment and the most beautiful session hall that we have today. So thank you, Speaker, and of course to our Secretary General and the staff who've gotten this all together. I'd like to also thank one and all for your unequivocal support for our leadership for the 19th Congress. Rather than I accept the position, I ask you all to accept the duty of service to the people. For you and I can do this all together as a team, as we had in the previous Congress, and in unity, as they say, there is strength. I'm deeply elated beyond words for the trust and confidence you reposed upon me. You, my distinguished members of the chamber, your unqualified support has overwhelmed me. And it is with high hopes that together we shall hurdle the challenges that we face at the stage of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are entering the endemic stages, and we are confident that with the unity that our president has espoused, we can actually overcome the crippling effects of this pandemic and, of course, the political differences that occurred in the recent elections, as well as the global impacts such as the Ukrainian war. The tasks ahead of us may seemingly be daunting, but our synergy is the seed that will nurture us for the ensuing years. We will work together to ensure that the House of Representatives truly embody. We will work hand in hand to ensure the swift passage of House measures that are needed by the people and would support development across all sectors of society, at different levels of government, and with unity of purpose, there is nothing that we cannot do. As your Speaker, I vow to attend to all the concerns of your constituents. I shall try to be as fair as possible and to favor no one. There will be a fair and equitable distribution of resources for the development of our regions, regardless of political affiliations. Every Filipino family must be included in any developmental agenda. No one gets left behind. I will keep my office always open, available to all, always open to you, the members of the House, for we are the House of the people. The majority in the minority. Priority will be given to those willing to share their aspirations with all their constituents with me. And thank you, my dear colleagues, for the honor, for choosing me to serve as your Speaker of the House of Representatives for the 19th Congress. I gladly accept your trust and confidence with a promise that we will collectively work to make the 19th Congress the best it can possibly be. Mabuhay pa kayong lahat.
Mabuhay!
Ang Pilipino.
Shout out, Ma'am Leticia Chapiosen. Ma'am Lisa Joy, shout out. Oops, wait
Those
lang.
willing to share their aspirations, with all those willing to share their aspirations, with all their constituents with me. And thank you, my dear colleagues, for the honor, for choosing me to serve as your Speaker of the House of Representatives for the 19th Congress. I gladly accept your trust and confidence with a promise that we will collectively work to make the 19th Congress the best it can possibly be. Mabuhay pa kayong lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipino.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the adoption of the 18th Congress Rules of the House of Representatives as amended, as the provisional rules of the House to govern its proceedings until the adoption of the rules of the House of Representatives for the 19th Congress.
Is it an Egyptian? The chair hears none. The rules of the 18th Congress as amended is hereby adopted as provisional rules for the House of Representatives for the 19th Congress.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we now proceed with the oath of the members of the House of Representatives.
All members,
Ayan na, oath taking na nila.
rise. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Of having been elected to the position of representative, hereby solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge, to the best of my abilities, the duties of my present position and all others that I may hold hereafter under the Republic of the Philippines. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will be the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines. And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
Yon.
Congratulations. Welcome to the 19th Congress.
Welcome to the 19th Congress.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we now proceed to the election of the deputy speakers of the House of
Diretso na agad.
Representatives.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The election of deputy speakers of the House of Representatives is now in order. Acting Floor Leader, please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we elect Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo as the Senior Deputy Speaker and the following members
Delikado daw to,
as
guys.
Deputy Speakers
Oh,
of the
no.
House of Representatives. Representative Isidro T. Ungab, Representative Roberto V. Puno, Representative Camille A. Villar, Representative Christine Singson Mihan, and Representative Raymond Democrito C. Mendoza.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo is unanimously elected as the Senior Deputy Speaker, and the Honorable Representatives Isidro T. Ungab, Roberto V. Puno, Camille A. Villar,
Alright.
Christine Singson Mihan, and Raymond
Mukhang
Democrito
dumating na si
Mendoza
PBBM,
are
guys,
still
ah.
elected as Deputy Speakers
Nakalive
of
ang
the House of
RTVM ngayon.
Representatives.
Mukhang dumating na si PBBM.
Mr. Speaker, I
Mukhang
move
on time
that we
pa,
now
mukhang on
proceed
time.
to the election of the Secretary General.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The election of the Secretary General is now in order.
Nako, si
Mr.
PBBM,
Speaker, I
guys,
move
nakita ko
that
na.
we elect
Nandun
Mr.
na.
Reginald S. Velasco as Secretary General of the House of Representatives.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. Mr. Reginald S. Velasco is unanimously elected as Secretary General of the House of Representatives.
Dumating na si PBBM, guys. Dumating na si PBBM.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we now proceed to the election of the Sergeant at Arms.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The election of the Sergeant of Arms is now in order.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we elect Police Major General Napoleon Caballes Taas, retired as Sergeant at Arms of the
Kararating lang ni
House of
PBBM, guys.
Representatives.
Naka-live ang RTVM
Is there any
ngayon.
objection?
Live ang
The
RTVM.
chair hears none. Police Major General Napoleon Caballes Taas, retired, is unanimously elected as the Sergeant at Arms of the House of Representatives.
Mr. Speaker,
Sinalubong
I now
siya ni
move
Senate
that we
President
recognize
Zubiri
the
tsaka ni
representative
House of
from the 2nd
Representative,
District of Cavite,
Speaker
the
Romualdez.
Honorable Lani Mercado Revilla.
Mr. Speaker.
Sige, punta na natin to, guys. Okay na tayo dyan, no? Okay na tayo. Punta natin yung live ngayon, guys. Live. Ayan, no? Live sila ngayon, guys. Ano? Ayan, no? PBBM, guys, no? O, diba? Mukhang, excuse me, mukhang on time tayo. Alas 4 talaga, guys, oh. Mukhang on time. Eh, no? Zubiri, Romualdez. Safe na safe po ang ating nag-iisang presidente, guys. Safe po nakarating. Ayan eh. Shoutout sa ating RTVM. Ayan eh. Live na live tayo ngayon, guys. Live na live. Sa Batasan ko tuloy, sa Batasan. Arrival at the Presidential Legislative Liaison Office, PLLO. Ayun eh, mukhang meron po na silang kwan, no? Ang ating first family. Ayan, no? Wow. Sunod na maayin, no? Victorian muna. Alright.
State of the Nation Address 2022, ang unang SONA ng Pangulong Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., ikalabing-pitong presidente ng Republika ng Pilipinas.
Maraming salamat sa source natin ngayon, guys. RTVM.
SONA 2022.
Ayan, may mga tao na rin sa batasan, no? Sa loob. Ayan, naghahanda na sila rin, no? Yun eh. Boss, kaya tayo nandun, no? Boy 10K! Ayun eh. Lito Lapid. Oh, kita rin natin, Lito Lapid. Bong Revilla. Ayan, sino pa ba? Erwin tuloy. Rapi Tulfo. Ayan eh. Tatingin nyo, gano'ng katagal tong State of the Nation, guys? Pantayin nyo nga, sige nga, tanongin ko nga kayo. Guys, sa mga bagong pasok dyan, huwag kalimutan mag-like and subscribe. Salamat mga kakabsat. Mga ilang oras to mga kakabsat? Boy 10K, present. Ayun tayo eh. Fast forward natin ng konti ah. Mukhang nadidelay yata tayo ng konti ah. Ayan. Si Irene. Irene. Boying. Memuya. Oh, ano nangyari? Oops. What's happening? Ano nangyayari? Ah, wala. Signal lang, signal.
May we request everybody to sit down.
Ay, ano?
Please sit down.
Pinapaupo na sila.
Nobody should be standing at this time. Protocol officers, please see to it that everybody is seated. Thank you. Thank you for taking your seats.
Galit na.
Kayo po dyan sa dulo,
Ayan, sir.
pwede pa po maupo kayo dyan? Lahat ng congressmen at senators, nakikiusap po ang PSG na maupo tayo lahat.
Oh, lahat daw. Congressman at senators. Relax muna daw kayo. Upo-upo muna tayo mga kabsat. Ayun.
Please, again, take your seats.
Ako, nagsama-sama yung tatlo. Mga action star. Ayun eh. Once again guys, live na live tayo ngayon guys.
State
lakas
of
ang ulan
the
dito sa
Nation
Baguio.
Address 2022.
Muulan ngayon
Ang
guys.
unang SONA ng Pangulong Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos
Pati yata din
Jr.
sa Manila, muulan kanina eh.
Ikalabing-pitong presidente ng Republika ng
Brigada.
Pilipinas.
Happy Pinay. Sino yung iba doon? Bongo. Ayan o. Grace po. Sino pa to?
SONA 2022.
Oh, ayan o. Back to back. Congressman Franco Cebu represented. According to other. Wow, nandyan pa pala si Boy. Patay tayo, nandyan si Boy 10K mga kamsat. 1 hour and 12 minutes according to Ma'am Chimi. Oh guys, 70 minutes naman kay Ma'am Pia. Ilang minutes ang SONA ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos mga kamsat? Ano idea nyo? Oh, may 70 minutes, may 1 hour, 12 minutes, o 72 minutes daw. 70 minutes, 72 minutes, o ano ba yung iba? Or less than 1 hour. Ayun na, ating Vic Rodriguez, Executive Secretary. Yan! Patay tayo dyan, mga kabsat. Ako po. Again, shoutout sa ating source, no? RTVM. Wala naman na ibang source na pwede na ako. Ng live na live. I'm not sure kung nandito yung mga yung mga kasama natin sa UVIP, mga kabsat. Nakita ko si Rover Adventures. Sino pa ba? Old School Pinoy. Nakita ko rin, no? Yung mga naka-decente, yung mga zombie nakatili. Nakita ko. Shoutout, BB King is in the house. Ayun, no? Aking nag-iisang BB King is in the house. Play mga kabsat. Prayers sa mga kabataan. Para kay Boy 10K. Alam mo na. Pati tayo yan. Delikado tayo dyan, kabsat. Alright. Time check, it's 3:46. Alas 4 pa ba i-start to guys, ha? Exactly. So, walang pa, Ayan, pumasok na po. Papasok na ang ating First Lady at ang kanyang family. Si Vinny. Ayan, pasok na. Ayan na sila guys, Ay, walang yan. Lakas naman ng ulan dito. Dali nga. Grabe, ang lakas ng ulan guys. Ha? Dali lang, dali lang. Sige, manood muna. Huwag kalimutan mag-like and subscribe mga kakabsat. Halos lahat guys. Halos lahat ng mainstream media pare-parehas tayo ng ginagamit. Like CNN, House of Representatives. Sino ba nakakita dito? House of Representatives. Manila Bulletin, parehas din. Ito rin ang ginagamit guys. Ayan. Ano pa ba to? Net 25, ito rin ang gamit. Net 25. Parehas na parehas. Even ABS-CBN, parehas din. UNTV, UNTV. Hindi nakalive ang UNTV as of now. Ayan na guys, ayan, magkatabi si VP Sara at saka ang ating First Lady mga kakabsat. Ayun eh. Yun. Time check, 3:51 po. 3:51 na po mga kapsat. 3:51. Shoutout sa ating mga 70 viewers dyan. Sa mga di pa nagla-like and subscribe, baka naman mga kabsat. Like and subscribe po tayo mga kabsat. Salamat mga kakabsat.
The Philippines Commonwealth will attain its independence. Freedom and prosperity. Filipino spirit.
Ang ating mga kababayan.
We, the Filipino people.
Side by side.
In government system and tradition. Emerging market in the region.
Buhay na ang Pilipinas. The land of promise.
At sakripisyo ng bawat isa.
This is a historic moment for us all.
Yo.
You, the people, have spoken. And it is resounding. Sa pangarap na maging mapayapa ang ating bansa, ang pangarap nyo ay pangarap ko. Have hope. The sun also rises like it did today and as it will tomorrow. And as surely as that, we will achieve the country all Filipinos deserve. A country that in almost is you. Now imagine what you and government can achieve together. Our future we decide today. Yesterday cannot make that decision anymore, nor can tomorrow delay it. The sooner we start, the sooner.
Maraming salamat sa 159 likes mga kabsat. Salamat po.
Never forget, we are Filipinos. One nation, one republic, indivisible. At pinakinggan ko ang tinig ninyo na ang
Once again
sinisigaw.
guys, live na live po tayo. 3:54 PM. 6 minutes to go guys. Mag-i-start na. Although ito nakikita natin sa screen yung mga nagaganap po ngayon sa loob ng batasan. Ano? Ayan, ating Pangulo. Tinitingnan nila ng sarili. O, nakapost ba to? Ay, hindi. Ito na, handa na. On time guys. On time. Ayan eh. Wow. Ang ating nag-iisang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, mga kakabsat. Ayan na. Hop, stop. Ito na. Ayan. 105K viewers SMNI. Wow! Ayun, sana all. Tayo 90 million lang. Ayun eh. Okay lang yun, mamasal. Ayun eh. So amazing. Lahat tayo guys, pare-parehas tayo na pinapanood ng source ng mga mainstream media. Ayan eh. Baka naman, RGBM, baka naman. Ayan eh. Sana lang. Cross finger tayo, RGBM. Eh, pare-pares naman tayo mga supporter ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Baka naman. Ito na mga kapsat. Here we go. Wow. Nako, kamusta naman to? Yung mga ano yun? Yung mga nakakan ba yan? Naka-Zoom meeting ba yung mga yun? Eto na, palabas na siya guys.
Ladies and
Ay, palabas,
gentlemen,
paloob.
the President of the Republic of the Philippines,
Yee, here we
His
go.
Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
Yay! Palakpakan! Parang NBA Finals introduce guys, Pbbm. Ito na guys, oh. Shoutout Ma'am Daos. Sayo Kapsat Maestro. Salamat sa support sa ating presidente. Yesam! Nancy Binay. Chalya. Lauren Ricarda. Ito guys, oh, yung mga senador. Natap na yun. Hoy! Sino yung ginawa yan? Si Boy Tengi ba yun? Ayan eh. Alright, ito na. Papunta na sa road row. Ang ating pinakahihintay guys, dumating on time. Actually, mas maaga pa. 3:59 pa lang po. 3:59. On time na on time mga kapsat.
On the part of the Senate, the joint session is called to order.
On the part of the House of Representatives, the joint session is called to order. Please rise for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, to be led by the Samiweng Singers of Ilocos Norte.
Yes, Samiweng.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silang manay, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, dulot ka ng magiliw, sa manlulupi. Ikaw pasin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simulan, sa langit mamahal, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tamo, ay nanagbinig. Ang bituin na taraw niyang kailan, pamay di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw na alay, at magsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya dapat may mga api ang mapatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Alright.
Please remain standing for the nation's prayer.
Aming manlilikha, tagapagbigay buhay at liwanag ng sangkatauhan. Salamat po sa iyong pagtangkilig at paggabay sa bansang Pilipinas. Salamat po sa kalayaang magtipon tulad ngayon ayon sa talaga ng aming saligang batas.
Salamat po na kami dahil sa kabayanihan, pagsisikap at sakripisyo ng aming mga ninuno at mga bayani ay nabuo upang maging isang bansa at isang malayang demokratikong republika Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin.
Pagpalain niyo po ang aming pagtitipon ngayon upang aming dinggin, liwanagan at suriin ang kalagayan ng bayan, ang state of the nation. At upang italaga sa inyong gabay at tangkilik ang mga magiging hakbangin ng pamahalaan sa pangunguna ng aming Pangulo, Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
Biyayaan niyo po kami, mga mamamayan at mga namumuno, ng patuloy at tumitibay na pagkakaisa, pagtutulungan, at pagmamahalan bilang pagsunod
Uy, magkatabi si Coco Pimentel tsaka si Boy 10K, o magkatabi.
Kasihan niyo po ang aming Pangulo at ang pangkat ng kanyang mga tagapangasiwa, ang aming mga mambabatas, ang aming mga hukom, at ang mga tagapagpairal ng katarungan, ng dalisay at ibayong kaliwanagan, karunungan, katwiran, at katapatan sa kanilang banal na tungkulin.
Patuloy niyo kaming
turuan at atahayin kaming lahat na mga mamamayan at mga pinuno tungo sa dakilang pagkakaisa na magbubunga ibayong kapayapaan, kaayusan, kaunlaran, kasaganaan, at kasiyahan ng lipunang Pilipino.
Magpatuloy po tayo sa personal na panalangin. Mangyari ang bawat isa ay tahimik na manawagan sa may kapal.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members of the Congress of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Ayos, parang orchestra lang, no? Yung formation niya, eh. Ayaw. Here we go, mga kabsat. Here we go. Here we go. This is it, Pansit. Ito na.
Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte, former Presidents Joseph Ejercito Estrada, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, and Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri, and the honorable members of the Senate, House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, and the honorable members of the House of Representatives, Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo, and the honorable justices of the Supreme Court, the Apostolic Nuncio, Most Reverend Charles John Brown, and the esteemed members of the Diplomatic Corps, the honorable members of the Cabinet, our First Lady, Luis Araneta Marcos, and our children, distinguished guests, ang mga minamahal kong mga kababayan, ladies and gentlemen, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. I come before you today to address you as it is my duty as President of the Republic. We live in difficult times brought about by some forces of our own making, but certainly also by forces that are beyond our control. But we have, and we will continue to find solutions, and these are some of them. In terms of the economy, we will implement a sound fiscal management. Tax administration reforms will be in place to increase revenue collection. Expenditure priorities will be realigned and spending efficiency will be improved to immediately address the economic scarring arising from the effects of COVID-19 and also to prepare for future shocks. Productivity-enhancing investments will be promoted. Our country must become an investment destination, capitalizing on the corporate recovery and tax incentives for enterprises with the CREATE law and the economic liberalization laws such as the Public Service Act and the Foreign Investments Act. Ecozones will be fully supported to bring in strategic industries such as those engaged in high-tech manufacturing, health and medical care, and all emerging technologies. This is also seen to facilitate economic growth outside of Metro Manila. Our tax system will be adjusted in order to catch up with the rapid developments of the digital economy, including the imposition of value-added tax on digital service providers. The initial revenue impact will be around 11.7 billion pesos in 2023 alone. Tax compliance procedures will be simplified to promote ease of paying taxes. We will pursue measures to determine possible undervaluation and/or trade misinvoicing of imported goods. Through information and communications technology, the Bureau of Customs will promote streamlined processes. Disbursements for 2022 to 2023 will be maintained at above 20% of gross domestic product or 4.955 trillion pesos and 5.086 trillion pesos respectively to ensure continuous implementation of priority programs. Disbursement will further increase over the medium term from 5.402 trillion pesos or 20.7% of our GDP in 2024 to 7.712 trillion pesos or 20.6% of GDP in 2028. The medium-term fiscal strategy of this administration seeks to attain short-term macro-fiscal stability while remaining supportive of the country's economic recovery and to promote medium-term fiscal sustainability. Furthermore, and more importantly, fiscal policy aims to bring together the national government's resources so that these are mobilized and utilized in order to gain the maximum benefit and the high multiplier effects for our economy. Measurable medium-term macroeconomic and fiscal objectives include the following headline numbers. These are based on forecasts that are consistent with the guiding principles of coherence of strategies, policy discipline, and fiscal sustainability. 6.5 to 7.5% real gross domestic product growth in 2022. 6.5 to 8% real GDP growth annually between 2023 and 2028. 9% or single-digit poverty rate by 2028. 3% national government deficit to GDP ratio by 2028. Less than 60% national government debt to GDP ratio by 2025. At least $4,256 US income per capita and the attainment of upper middle income status by 2024. The aforementioned headline goals summarize the objectives of this medium-term fiscal strategy being submitted to Congress for its adoption and concurrence to the concurrent resolution by the Senate and House of Representatives. Once adopted, the MTFF will become an anchor for the annual spending and financing plan of the national government and Congress when preparing the annual budget and undertaking related appropriation activities. It is therefore a forward-looking document that extends beyond the traditional 3-year horizon to reach 6 years coinciding with the 6-year coverage of the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028. The MTFF also promotes transparency and credible commitment to pursue the indicated social macroeconomic goals that optimize the government budget. Medium-term growth targets and the assumptions regarding key macroeconomic variables underpin the medium-term fiscal plan. The recent past and the COVID-19 pandemic has beset the macroeconomic environment with challenges and a series of external shocks. Inflation has accelerated in recent months due largely to significant increases in international prices of oil and other key commodities. Still, the economic growth momentum remains firm, as demonstrated by the strong 2022 first quarter GDP growth at 8.3%. However, the recovery process from the impact of the pandemic is still ongoing, amid elevated uncertainty in the international economic environment. Revisions in the macroeconomic assumptions incorporate these challenges and most recent economic developments, leading to upward adjustments in the following: inflation rate for 2022 to 2023, foreign exchange rate for 2023 to 2025, and goods and services imports growth for 2022. The economy is expected to grow by 6.5 to 7.5% this year as we continue to reopen the economy while considering the recent external developments. In the first quarter alone, GDP saw an increase in household consumption and private investments, along with a robust manufacturing industry, high vaccination rate, improved healthcare capacity, and an upward trend in tourism and employment. This is expected to continue for the rest of the year. The strong economic growth is projected to be sustained and expanded further to 6.5 to 8% from 2023 until 2028. The average inflation for 2022 is projected to range from 4.5 to 5.5%, following the uptick in fuel and food prices as a result of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict and the disrupted supply chains. It is slightly adjusted to 2.5 to 4.5% in 2023 and is seen to return to the target range of 2.0 to 4.0% by 2024 until 2028. Dubai crude oil price is expected to settle at 90 to 110 US dollars per barrel in 2022, 80 to 100 US dollars per barrel in 2023, and 70 to 90 US dollars per barrel from 2024 onwards, as oil supply is expected to catch up and stabilize over the medium term. The Philippine peso is projected to average between 51 to 53 pesos per US dollar in 2022 and 51 to 55 pesos per US dollar from 2023 onwards due to aggressive monetary policy tightening by the US Federal Reserve, market aversion amid the Russian-Ukraine conflict, and again, increased global oil prices. Lastly, exports of goods are expected to grow by 7% in 2022 and 6% from 2023 to 2028. On the other hand, imports of goods are projected to grow by 18% in 2022, 6% in 2023, and 8% from 2024 to 2028. I have instructed the NEDA with other agents 23 to 28 and to submit to me the complete blueprint and progress of its implementation not later than year-end. One of the main drivers of our push for growth and employment will be in the agricultural sector. With regard to food supply, we are confronted by a two-pronged problem, that which will hit us in the short term and that which will hit us in the long term.
Tayo ay nahaharap sa mga problemang kagyat nating mararamdaman at mga hamong pangmatagalan. Ang mga suliraning agarang mararamdaman ng ating mga kababayan ay ang posibilidad ng tuloy-tuloy na pagsipa ng presyo ng pagkain at kakulangan sa supply ng ating pagkain. Upang masuportahan ang mabimili para mapanatili ang kanilang purchasing power o kapangyarihan sa pagbili, isinapinal ng Department of Agriculture ang planong taasan ang produksyon sa susunod na panahon ng pagtanim o planting season sa pamamagitan ng tulong sosyal at teknikal. Magbibigay tayo ng pautang habang mas ilalapit natin sa sektor ng agrikultura ang hindi gaanong mahal na farm feeds, fuel subsidy at ayuda para sa mga karapat-dapat na benepisyaryo. Para sa pangmatagalang solusyon, itataas natin ang produksyon ng mga kalakal at produktong pang-agrikultura. At para magawa ito, pagtitibayin natin ang tinatawag na value chain na nagsisimula sa mga magsasaka hanggang sa mga namimili. May mga bahagi ng value chain na sa ngayon ay kanya-kanya ang operasyon. Pagtibayin natin ang koordinasyon ng iba't ibang bahagi nito. Ang pagsasaliksik para sa mga makabagong paraan at ng pagtatanim at pag-aalaga ng hayop ay masusing gagabayan ng Department of Agriculture. Ang produksyon ng farm inputs o mga kakailanganin ng mga magsasaka sa pagpapalago ng kanilang sakahan ay ating iaayon sa mga hamong dala ng climate change at global warming. Mahigpit na pagsusuri ang gagawin ng ating mga eksperto tungo dito. Ang mga pautang at financial assistance sa mga magbubukid at mangingisda ay magiging institusyon at patakaran ng aking administrasyon. Ipapaprioridad natin ang modernisasyon ng mga sakahan sa pamamagitan ng mga makabagong teknolohiya para sa ating mga magsasaka. Atin palalawakin ang mga palaisdaan, babuyan at manukan. Lahat ng ito gagamitan ng siyensya para tumaas ang produksyong agrikultural. Maging ang post-production at processing ay susuportahan ng pamahalaan. Gagawa tayo ng network, national network ng farm-to-market road upang mas mabilis na mailakbay ng mga magsasaka ang kanilang mga produkto sa mga pamilihan. At gagawa tayo ng mga paraan upang maramdaman ng mga mamimili ang pagluluwag ng presyo ng mga produktong pagkain sa kayang halaga, gaya ng muling pagbubuhay ng mga Kadiwa Center. Hindi ito magagawa sa isang araw. Hindi magagawa sa isang taon lang. Ngunit, kailangan na natin simulaan ngayon. Ang Agrarian Reform Program ay dapat magpatuloy. Agrarian reform is not only about acquisition, but also about support services and distribution. To assist this, I intend to issue an executive order to impose a one-year moratorium on the payment of land amortization and interest payments. This is included in Republic Act number 11469 or the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act. A moratorium will give the farmers the ability to channel the resources in developing their farms, maximizing their capacity to produce and propel the growth of our economy. Civil society organizations also support this because it will unburden the farmers of their dues and be able to focus on improving farm productivity. Congress must also pass a law that will emancipate the agrarian reform beneficiaries from the agrarian reform debt burden, thereby amending Section 26 of Republic Act 6657. In this law, the loans of agrarian reform beneficiaries with unpaid amortization and interest shall be condoned. Layunin ng batas nito ay burahin ang hindi mabayarang utang ng ating mga magsasaka na benepisyaryo ng agrarian reform. Agrarian reform beneficiaries who are still to receive their awarded land under the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program shall receive it without any obligation to pay any amortization. The condonation of the existing agrarian reform loan will cover the amount of 58.125 billion pesos, benefiting 654,000 agrarian reform beneficiaries and involving a total of 1.18 million hectares of awarded lands. Executive Order Number 75, Series 2019 requires that all government agencies, bureaus, departments, and instrumentalities to turn over agricultural lands to qualified agrarian reform beneficiaries. At present, we have a total of 52,000 hectares of unused agricultural lands of the government, which shall now be used for distribution to the following sectors in accordance with Section 40 of the Republic Act number 6657 as amended. Thus, landless war veterans, landless surviving spouse and orphans of war veterans, landless retirees of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police. Agricultural lands acquired under this program will be given to graduates of college degrees in agriculture who are landless. The call of the times is for the infusion of fresh and new blood in the agricultural sector. We need a new breed of farmers equipped with modern agricultural technology able to engage in sustained scientific farming that will not only increase farm yields, but also resilience in the face of climate change. They say that each brand has a story. As for the Filipino brand, ours is deeply rooted in our rich cultural heritage, and the tourism sector plays an invaluable role in the promotion of the Filipino brand. Tourism is not only an important economic development tool, but the abundance of opportunities that the sector creates in terms of regular employment and even job creation at the grassroots level is undeniable. To boost our tourism industry, we will first and foremost make basic developments, such as road improvements for easier access to tourists. We will also upgrade our airports and create more international airports to help decongest the bottleneck in the Manila airport. We will also make it more convenient for travelers to go around the country, even to remote areas, to help promote undiscovered tourist spots. This program will be led by the Department of Tourism, together with the Department of Public Works and Highways. To foster the Filipino brand is to spark our sense of pride and reaffirm our strong sense of identity. It is time to welcome the rest of the world with an enhanced Filipino brand that is unique, attractive, and creative. The creativity of the Filipino is truly world-class. We excel in arts and culture, new media, live events, avenues which generate primary and downstream jobs for our creative and talented countrymen. Unfortunately, ang mga hanap buhay na ito ang unang pinadapa ng pandemya at ang pinakahuli namang makabalik sa normal. The creative industry likewise faces many challenges, including workplace conditions, working hours, intellectual property rights, and the welfare of our beloved freelancers who were left vulnerable during the height of the pandemic. We require an institutionalized creative industry that will advance the interest of its stakeholders. Sila na nagbibigay ng kaluluwa at pagkakilala sa ating pagka-Pilipino. Protektahan natin sila. The Department of Social Welfare and Development has a large part to play in all of this. Magpapatuloy ang ating pagkalinga sa ating mga kababayan na lubos na nangangailangan. Hindi po natin sila pababayaan. Mangunguna sa pag-aagapay sa kanila ang Department of Social Welfare and Development. Utos ko sa DSWD ang mabilis na pagtugon sa pangangailangan ng mga biktima ng kalamidad at mga iba't ibang krisis. Ang mga field office nila ay inatasan na maagang maglagak ng family food packs at non-food essentials sa mga LGU, bago pa man manalasa ang anumang kalamidad. Magdadagdag tayo ng mga operation center, warehouse at imbakan ng relief goods, lalo na sa mga malalayong lugar na mahirap marating. Titiyakin natin na maayos ang koordinasyon ng DSWD at Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development nang sa ganon, madali ang pagpatupad ng Emergency Shelter Assistance Program para sa mga biktima ng kahit anong kalamidad. Pagtitibayin pa natin ang komprehensibong programang Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situations o ang ating tinatawag na AICS para maiparating ang tulong sa mas maraming biktima. Hindi natin papahirapan ang mga biktima ng krisis na dudulog sa ahensya. Gagawin nating simple ang proseso ng paghingi at pagparating ng tulong. Dahil hindi naman dapat dinadagdagan pa ang hirap ng nararanasan ng ating mga mamamayan. Upang matiyak na mapupunta sa kwalipikadong mga pamilya ang tulong na pamahalaan sa pamamagitan na 4Ps o Pantawid Pamilya Pilipino Program, titiyakin natin na malilinis ang listahan ng benepisyaryo. Higit na sa 1 milyong pangalan na ang nakapag-graduate na sa listahan. At nagagalak akong mabatid na sila ay nakakatayo na sa kanilang sariling paa. Kaugnay nito ay inutusan ko ang DSWD na pag-ibayuhin pa ang pagrepaso ng listahan upang maitutok ang pamimigay ng sapat na ayuda sa mga lubos na nangangailangang pamilya. Magpapatuloy ang supplemental feeding program para sa mga bata sa child development centers at supervised neighborhood play at lalo pa nating palalawakin sa taong 2023. Hindi rin natin nakakalimutan ang mga solo parents at mga nanay na nahiwalay sa kanilang mga mister dahil sa karahasan. Pagtitibayin natin ang programa sa violence against women and their children. Kabilang na ang counseling para sa mga biktima, katuwang ang ating mga LGU. Tiyakin natin na sapat ang pondo sa halos 70 residential care centers at 7 non-residential care centers para sa vulnerable sectors at persons with disabilities na sumisilong dito. Sa ating sitwasyon ng pangkalusugan, nariyan pa rin ang banta ng COVID-19. Lalo't may mga nadidiscovering bagong variant ng coronavirus. Pero hindi na natin kakayanin ang isa pang lockdown. Wala na tayong gagawing lockdown.
Yun, oh.
Dapat natin balansehin ng maayos ang kalusugan at kapakanan ng ating mga mamamayan sa isang banda at ang ekonomiya naman sa kabilang banda. Nakikipagtulungan ang iba't ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan sa pag-monitor sa mga COVID-19 hospital admission upang makatiyak tayo na may sapat na kapasidad ang ating healthcare system at maiwasan ang pagsipa ng bilang ng nagkakasakit. Patuloy din ang ating vaccine booster rollout para sa ating pangkalahatang depensa. Sa ganitong paraan, kahit pa tumaas muli ang bilang ng mga COVID cases, mananatiling mababa ang bilang ng mga maospital at bilang ng mga namamatay. Sa pamamagitan nito, unti-unti rin tayong masasanay na nariyan ang virus pero hindi na seryoso ang banta sa ating buhay. Iaayon natin ang ating mga health protocols sa kung ano ang ating pangangailangan sa paglipas ng panahon at lalo pang iibayuhin ang kooperasyon kasama ang pribadong sektor upang tumaas pa ang kumpiyansa ng mga mamumunuhan nang sa gayon ay bumalik na tayo sa full capacity, lalo-lalo na ang ating mga negosyo. Pagbubutihan pa natin ang pagpapakalat ng tamang impormasyon ukol sa COVID, kasama ang kahalagahan ng bakuna. Mananatili muna sa ngayon ang alert level system natin. Pinapag-aralan natin ang ibang paraan ng klasifikasyon upang mas babagay sa kasalukuyang sitwasyon, lalong-lalo na sa pagbabago ng COVID. Sa pakikipagtulungan ng Kongreso, itatatag natin ang ating sariling Center for Disease Control and Prevention at ang isang Vaccine Institute. Magtatayo tayo ng dagdag na mga health center at ospital. But beyond the issues that the pandemic has brought, the need for a stronger healthcare system is self-evident. We must bring services, medical services to the people and not wait for them to come to our hospitals and healthcare centers. Napakinabangan natin ng gusto ang malalaking specialty hospital gaya ng Heart Center, Lung Center, Children's Hospital at National Kidney and Transplant Institute. Kaya maliwanag na hindi lang sa National Capital Region kung maging
Sa mga bagong pasok dyan guys, huwag kalimutan mag-like and subscribe.
Maliwanag na hindi lamang dapat dito lamang sa National Capital Region, kundi maging sa ibang parte ng bansa, kailangan magdagdag ng ganitong uri ng mga pagamutan. Bukod dito, upang mailapit natin ang healthcare system sa taong bayan, nang hindi sila kailangan pumunta sa sentro ng kanilang bayan, lalawigan o region, ay maglalagay tayo ng mga clinic, mga RHU, na pupuntahan ng mga doktor, nurse, midwife, medtech, 1 beses, 2 beses sa 1 linggo. Nang sa ganon, magiging mas madali sa may karamdaman na magpapagamot nang hindi na kailangan magbiyahe ng malayo. One of the cornerstones of a strong healthcare system is the provision of competent and efficient medical professionals. We will exert all efforts to improve the welfare of our doctors, our nurses, and other medical frontliners. Dapat din tayong magkaroon ng sapat na supply ng gamot na kinakailangan sa pang-araw-araw ng ating mga mamamayan. Sinimulan ko na ang pakikipag-usap sa mga kumpanya ng gamot dito sa Pilipinas at sa ibang bansa Hinihikayat natin na buksan nila ang merkado upang bumaba ang presyo ng gamot. Halimbawa, kung mas marami ang mas murang generic o hindi branded na gamot sa merkado, mas bababa rin ang presyo dahil sa kompetisyon. Ang Department of Trade and Industry ay nakikipag-usap sa mga interesadong manufacturer ng generic drugs na papasok sa ating bansa. Inuutusan ko naman ang Philippine Competition Commission na pantay-pantay dapat at walang kartel sa hanay ng mga pharmaceutical companies. Dahil kapag bukas ang merkado, bababa ang presyo ng gamot para mapakinabangan ng ating mga mamamayan. This is one of the hard lessons that we learned and therefore we must act on that shortcoming. In the educational sector, I believe it is time for our children to return to full face-to-face classes once again.
You know, speaking of education,
The Department of Education, led by our highly able Vice President Sara Duterte,
nabanggit.
is now preparing for its implementation in the upcoming school year, with utmost consideration for the safety of students as we are still in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. We must ensure that our classrooms are safe for teachers, for students, and the entire academic community when they return to face-to-face classes. We continue to encourage everyone to get their booster shots in preparation for the resumption of in-person classes. This is one of the reasons I have directed the Department of Health and the Department of Interior and Local Government to undertake another rollout of booster shots. The condition and availability of schoolrooms for our students must also be addressed, again, in coordination with the Department of Public Works and Highways. Though some complications have arisen over the question of repair of school buildings in relation to the Mandanas-Garcia ruling, this will be ironed out. We have been in discussion with local government leaders, governors, and mayors in the last few weeks to determine with the LGUs what is actually practicable, what functions belong to the LGUs, and what belong to the national government. There have also been lengthy discussions on the continuation and viability of the K-12 school system. We are giving this careful review. And in the longer term, we are instituting a program of refresher courses and retrainings for our teachers so they can stay abreast of the rapid growth in technology, especially in this post-pandemic world. As for the horror stories that we have heard about the poor quality of educational materials and supplies that are being given to our schools, this must end. Our children must always be equipped with the best that we can provide. Ang edukasyon ay ang tangi nating pamana sa ating mga anak na hindi mawawaldas. Kaya anumang gastusin sa kanilang pag-aaral ay hindi tayo nagtitipid. Hindi rin tayo nagtatapon. And once again, I am not talking about history or what is being taught. I am talking about materials that are necessary for effective teaching in this day and age. Children now need connectivity to the internet. They need devices to use. They need computers, educational tools. So that they might participate fully in the digital community here and abroad. We must do better in the international rankings, especially when it comes to the so-called STEM subjects: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. These skills, this knowledge, are necessary for our young people to be able to compete in a highly technological and competitive world. The raw talent is there in our young people. It is up to our educational system to develop and to refine that great pool of talent. Foreign employers have always favored Filipino employees because of our command of the English language. This is an advantage that we must continue to enjoy. The internet has now become the global marketplace, not only for goods, services, but also for ideas, even extending to our own personal interactions. And the language of the internet, for better or for worse, is English. Therefore, the question of our medium of instruction must be continuously re-examined to maintain that advantage that we have established as an English-speaking people. On a related subject, we are entering an age of exponential adoption of technology. It is the fourth industrial revolution. This will be characterized by the influence of almost every facet of our lives. Breakthrough technologies in the areas of quantum computing, artificial intelligence, nanotechnologies, the Internet of Things, robotics, self-driving electric vehicles, 3D printing, virtual and augmented realities, among others, that will radically transform the way business is done. The scale and the speed at which these innovations are introduced universally into our everyday lives and activities is unprecedented in our recorded history. We cannot stand idly by. The mission of our Department of Information and Communications Technology is to identify and utilize these innovations to improve governance. It has the daunting task now of transforming our government into an agile bureaucracy that is responsive to the needs of the public. Provide good and solid data to ensure informed decision-making, as well as allow secure and seamless access to public services. The voluminous records stored in the government warehouses and archives have to be digitized. Those that are already stored in various inventories of data should be harmonized and shared across departments and agencies. Needless to say, these have to be kept in large data centers that are secure yet accessible. The national ID will play an important part in this digital transformation. For citizens to be able to seamlessly transact with government, their identity must be easily verifiable. We expect to issue digital IDs by the end of this year. The target is to accomplish the issuance of about 92 million IDs by the middle of next year. As the world moves into rapid digitalization, the digital divide will become more pronounced. The depth and breadth at which these technologies will be transformative in our lives is fully expected. This will open new opportunities for the creation of wealth, but will also likely create inequalities. Hence, universal connectivity will be a vital component in order to ensure that no citizen is left behind. I have therefore tasked the DICT to deploy digital connectivity across our various islands. This will be done through the implementation of the National Broadband Plan, the Common Tower Program, connecting our geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas via our Broadband ng Masa project. All relevant modes of digital transport should be utilized. These may be through a combination of terrestrial or submarine fiber optics, wireless, and even satellite technology. As our Public Service Act has opened the doors and removed the restrictions on foreign investment, we foresee an increase in direct investment of overseas players. This will translate into better quality, availability, and affordability of telecommunications services all over the country. We come now to infrastructure. The backbone of an economy is its infrastructure. The infrastructure program of the Duterte administration must not only continue, but wherever possible, be expanded. We shall confidently build on this firm foundation established by my predecessor, as it is in building an edifice. We must keep the momentum and aspire to build better, more. Necessarily, infrastructure development will remain a very high priority in our drive for growth and employment. Once again, I will not suspend any of the ongoing projects, as those have already been shown to be of benefit to the public that they serve. We will continue to study the proposals that have been made. Infrastructure development spending will be sustained at 5 to 6% of GDP. The planned expansion of infrastructure projects, I believe, would be possible if we continue to encourage the participation of the private sector in the development of our programs. Public-private partnerships, or PPPs, hold great potential for that expansion, for infrastructure development, and for innovation. Our infrastructure development is of primary importance, as it is a necessary element to improve many other sectors, to include agriculture, tourism, general economic activity, and even to governance. It is my belief also that we have missed some great opportunities to develop our rail transport system. It is clear in my mind that railways offer great potential, as it continues to be the cheapest way of transporting goods and passengers. We can build upon already existing lines by modernizing these old railway systems. There are dozens of railway projects on the ground, above the ground, below ground, not just in Manila, but in other regions, at various stages of implementation and with a combined cost of 1.9 trillion pesos. This administration is committed to finish building the current portfolio of investments, approved railway projects such as the North-South, the 33-kilometer Metro Manila Subway Project, the 147-kilometer North-South Commuter Railway System, the 12-kilometer LRT-1 Cavite Extension, the 23-kilometer MRT-7, and the common station that will connect LRT-1, MRT-3, and MRT-7. And beyond NCR, larger scale railway systems like the 102-kilometer Mindanao Railway Project, the Panay Railway Project, and the Cebu Railway System will be integrated as a vital part of our transport and communication systems. We will also continue to improve our roads and transportation systems in key cities throughout the country through various projects, such as the Cebu Bus Rapid Transit, Davao High Priority Bus System, Ilocos Norte Transportation Hub, the El Nido Transport Terminal. My order to the Department of Transportation, or DOTR, is really very simple. Full speed ahead. Improving our railway system, along with modernizing existing airports and seaports, will maximize our strategic location in the Pacific and connect our many islands. A key sector in our transformation plans is that of energy. Another fundamental requirement for growth and increased employment will be the availability of cheap, reliable energy. This even comes under the category of ease of doing business. If we are to attract investors, both local and foreign, to set up shop here in the Philippines. At present, our demand for energy far exceeds our reliable supply. We must increase the level of energy production. We must look at every possible option that would be appropriate for the Philippine situation. There is some room to expand our present power supply through existing power sources, but this is only to a very limited extent. We must build new power plants. We must take advantage of all the best technology that is now available, especially in the areas of renewable energy. Our search for new power sources should always be with an eye to improving the mix of the energy supply between traditional and renewable sources. The technology on renewable energy is progressing rapidly, and many of these technologies are appropriate for the Philippines. We have already begun windmill power. We are now expanding very quickly our solar power production. For both offshore and onshore wind turbines, for example, the World Bank has calculated that there is a potential for 255 gigawatts by the year of 2030. Solar power has steadily increased its efficiency in converting sunlight to electrical power, which is particularly attractive.
Oh, nangyari? Anong nangyari?
For the Philippines. Because unlike auction, our advancement to renewables will have a lead time. In the interim, natural gas will hold the key. Investment incentivized by the uncertain policy in upstream gas, particularly in the area close to Pampanga. This requires clarification of the processes and review of service contracts policy. I believe that it is time also to re-examine our strategy towards building nuclear power plants in the Philippines. We will comply, of course, with the International Atomic Energy Agency regulations for nuclear power plants as they have been strengthened after Fukushima. In the area of nuclear power, there have been new technologies developed that allow smaller scale modular nuclear plants and other derivations thereof. Once again, PPPs will play a part in support as funding in this period is limited. Furthermore, we must examine the entire system of transmission and distribution for the purpose of finding ways to lower the price of energy to the consumer and to industry. We must expand the network of our transmission lines while examining schemes to improve the operation of our electrical cooperatives. All this in aid of reducing energy costs, especially but not limited to households. All this impetus for development and growth we undertake within the context of accelerating climate change and extreme weather conditions. Though we are a minor contributor to climate change globally, we have the unfortunate distinction of being one of the most vulnerable countries to the effects of climate change. For the welfare of our people, it is incumbent upon us to alleviate the effects of that vulnerability. The use of renewable energy is at the top of our climate agenda. We will increase our use of renewable energy sources such as hydropower, geothermal power, solar, and wind. Geographically, we are a disaster-prone country. Capacity building for our natural disaster resiliency is therefore a must. Investment in science and technology is imperative to enable us to have accurate weather forecasts and on-time disaster alerts. Studies show that already now many areas in the Philippines are at high risk from the rise in sea levels brought about by the increase in global temperature. We must adapt to this phenomenon with disaster-proof planning for our communities. We will also look into the precarious freshwater supply situation in the country, especially in our urban areas. Many of our water supply systems date back to the 1950s, and they must now be rehabilitated and improved. I've instructed the DNR, together with the DPWH, to explore possible partnerships with the private sector to address this crucial situation. The Philippines has excellent laws on the environment, but we have to guarantee that these laws are properly enforced. And this will require a great deal of coordination and cooperation between concerned government agencies and private stakeholders. Companies who exploit our natural resources must follow the law. We all have the responsibility to preserve this earth, for we are but custodians, and we will pass on this great treasure to future generations. There is no question that the preservation of the environment is the preservation of life. If we cannot mitigate climate change, all our plans for the economy, all our plans for our future will be for naught. Bawat Pilipino sa ibayong dagat na nagsasakripisyong lisanin ang kanyang pamilya sa Pilipinas upang maghanap buhay ay nararapat lamang magkaroon ng pamahalaang natatawag nilang tahanan habang nasa ibang bayan. Ito ang papel na gagampanan ng kagawaran ng manggagawang mandarayuhan o Department of Migrant Workers matapos itong ideklara bilang ganap na ahensya ng gobyerno ng isang taon. Ang kagawarang ito ang magsisilbing kanlungan ng ating mga kababayan sa gitna ng mundong walang kasiguruhan at mahigpit na kompetisyon. Ito ang maglalatag sa kanila ng mga oportunidad. Titiyak na ang kanilang mga hanap buhay ay tugma sa kanilang mga kasanayan. Maninigurong akma ang sahod at maayos ang kalagayan sa kanilang mga kumpanya at mga ngalaga sa kanilang mga pamilya habang sila ay nasa malayo. Gagawin natin ito sa pamamagitan ng pag-aalis ng red tape sa sistema ng pagsusulong ng digital empowerment. We shall automate the verification of contracts and issue secure overseas employment certifications that you can keep on your smartphone. I call on the Department of Migrant Workers and the DICT to make this a top priority. Tinatawagan ko rin ang Department of Foreign Affairs na makipagtulungan sa Department of Migrant Workers na tiyakin ang lahat ng mga diplomatic post ay tutulong na agarang maibalik sa trabaho ang mga ating mga overseas Filipino workers na nawalan ng hanap buhay nitong nakalipas na ilang taon. Mula sa 3 buwan ay gagawin na lang nating 3 linggo para sa isang dayuhang employer na iproseso ang mga papeles ng Pilipinas, ng Pilipinong nais nitong kunin bilang empleyado. Aatasan din natin ang kagawaran ng gawing simple, ang komplikadong handbook ng mga tuntunin at regulasyon para sa mga OFW. Nang sa gayon ay maging malwan ang mga transaksyon may kinalaman sa kanilang pangingibang bansa. Mula sa handbook na may 240 seksyon ay gagawin nating pamphlet na lamang na hindi hihigit sa 100 pahina. Mahirap na nga ang buhay. Kaya naman, ayaw pa natin makitang lalo pang nahihirapan ang ating mga manggagawang mandarayuhan sa pagtupad sa kanilang mga pangarap. Para sa mga kababayan nating naiipit sa kaguluhan, inaabuso at nanganganib ang buhay, Ikinagagalak kong sa ilalim ng aking pamumuno ay ilulunsad natin ang One Repatriation Command Center o ORCC. Ilalaan natin ang isang social media platform ng Department of Migrant Workers at ang hotline upang matulungan agad at maligtas sila mula sa mas higit na kapahamakan. Noon, nangungutang pa ang isang ina ng bawat OFW upang sumakay ng barko para pumunta sa Maynila at mangatok sa iba't ibang ahensya para mapauwi ang anak na inaapi. Ngayon, kami na ang tatawag sa mga magulang ng OFW para sabihin sa kanila ang petsa kung kailan nila mayayakap at makakapiling ang kanilang mga anak. Sa kasalukuyan ay nakikipag-ugnayan tayo sa pamahalaan ng Saudi Arabia upang buksan muli ang deployment. Kaya natin at gagawin natin ang makipagnegosasyon na mabigyan ang ating mga kababayan doon ng tamang pasahod at mapangalagaan ang kanilang karapatan at kapakanan. Muli natin patitibayin ang respeto at pagkakaibigan ng ating dalawang bansa tulad ng namamagitan sa ating Ama sa kanilang hari. Sa mga susunod na buwan ay magtutungo si Secretary Susan Opre sa Saudi Arabia upang tiyakin na may sapat na puwersang magsisiguro na mabubuksan muli ang empleo sa bansa at para maisulong ang ating kampanya laban sa human trafficking. Ngayon, para naman sa mga anak na naiwan sa Pilipinas, titiyakin ng Department of Migrant Workers sa pamamagitan ng OWA na sila ay maipapasok sa magagandang paaralan, magtuturo sa kanila ng financial literacy, mental wellness, sports, sining, kultura. Ito ay mangyayari sa pakikipagtulungan ng iba't ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan. Alagaan natin ang kabataang Pilipino sapagkat sila ang kinabukasan ng ating inang bayan. Sa ating mga kababayan na nasa ibang bansa, you deserve a home in government, not only for the money that you send home, but you are not cold tools of the economy. You deserve it for your sacrifices for our country and your perseverance and excellence in the global arena. You OFWs represent the fighting faith of the Filipinos as a nation and as a people. Let us transform your overseas journey into inspirational stories for all time. Thanks to you, our dear legislators, and of course to the man every OFW now refers to as their tatay, President Rodrigo Duterte. You passed the law that created this new home for our OFWs. On the area of foreign policy, I will not preside over any process that will abandon even 1 square inch of territory of the Republic of the Philippines to any foreign power. With respect to our place in the community of nations, the Philippines shall continue to be a friend to all, an enemy to none. The Philippines has always been open and welcoming to all our foreign friends and visitors. That is our worldview. That is our culture. But let me be clear. We are very jealous of all that is Filipino. We will be a good neighbor always looking for ways to collaborate and cooperate with the end goal of mutually beneficial outcomes. If we agree, we will cooperate and we will work together. And if we differ, let us talk some more until we develop a consensus. After all, that is the Filipino way. But we will not waver. We will stand firm in our independent foreign policy with the national interest as our primordial guide. We commit to maintaining good relations with the rest of the world. As a matter of fact, it is my sincere belief that the need for strong bonds and collaboration among nations emerges in the direst of times, such as in a pandemic. The partnerships and alliances that we make with all will provide into the global economy. The Philippines will continue to promote stronger and multifaceted relationships with all our partners around the world. We are, in fact, grateful for the messages of support and offers of help that we have received from many of our friends in the international community. This has been communicated to us through the different envoys and ambassadors here in the Philippines. Such strong relationships can only be beneficial to all involved. As I am here today addressing the legislature, allow me now to propose legislation that we would like you to pass in support of these programs. 1. National Government Right-Sizing Program, a reform mechanism that seeks to enhance the government's institutional capacity to perform its mandate and to provide better services while ensuring optimal and efficient use of resources. Compared to previous government reorganization efforts, the NGRP will entail a comprehensive strategic review of the functions, operations, organization, system, and processes of the different agencies, and massive and transformational initiatives in agencies concerned, such as mergers, consolidations, splitting, transfer, and even the abolition of some offices. The right-sizing efforts will also involve the conduct of a comprehensive strategic review of functions, programs, and projects that will cut across various agencies. Number 2, a budget modernization bill. This seeks to institutionalize a cash-based budgeting system under Executive Order number 91, Series 2019, to strengthen fiscal discipline in the allocation and use of budget resources by ensuring that every peso budgeted by the government would lead to the actual delivery of programs and projects. The full implementation of the CBS is timely and vital as the government executes response and recovery plans post-pandemic. Number 3, Tax Package 3 Valuation Reform Bill. This bill provides for the establishment of real property values and valuation standards across the country, and B, the development of real property information system that provides for the database of all real property transaction and declarations in the country. Number 4, Passive Income and Financial Intermediary Taxation Act. This seeks to reform the taxation of capital income and financial services by redesigning the financial sector taxation into simpler, fairer, more efficient, and a revenue-neutral tax system. It also represents to adopt a regionally competitive tax system. Number 5, E-Government Act, which provides for the establishment of the e-government master plan, which shall cover all e-government services and processes. Number 6, the Internet Transaction Act, or e-commerce law, which aims to establish an effective regulation of commercial activities through the internet or electronic means to ensure that consumer rights and data privacy are protected, innovation is encouraged, fair advertising practices and competition are promoted. Online transactions are secured, intellectual property rights are protected, and product standards and safety are observed. Number 7, government financial institutions unified initiatives to distressed enterprises for economic recovery. This seeks to provide financial assistance to distressed enterprises critical to economic recovery through programs and initiatives to be implemented by the Land Bank of the Philippines, the Development Bank of the Philippines, and the Philippine Guarantee Corporation for purposes of addressing liquidity or solvency problems of MSMEs and strategically important industries to encourage their continued operation and maintain employment. Number 8, the establishment of a Medical Reserve Corps. Establishes a Medical Reserve Corps under the Health and Emergency Management Bureau of the DOH. The MRC shall be composed of licensed physicians, medical students who have completed their 4 years of medical courses, graduates of medicine, registered nurses, licensed allied health professionals. Number 9, National Disease Prevention Management Authority. This bill seeks to create the Center for Disease Prevention and Control attached to the DOH. Number 10, the creation of the Virology Institute of the Philippines. This will create the Virology Science and Technology Institute of the Philippines as an attached agency of the DOST. All offices and units under the DOST with functions related to virology shall now be transferred to the Virology Institute of the Philippines. Number 11, the Department of Water Resources. This seeks to create the Department of Water Resources and adopts the integrated water resource management as the strategic framework for national water management, policymaking, and planning. Number 12, Unified System of Separation, Retirement, and Pension. This grants a monthly disability pension in lieu of disability benefits provided under existing laws for military and uniformed personnel retired by reasons of disability. Number 13, the E-Governance Act. It promotes the use of internet, and other ICT to provide opportunities for citizens. Number 14, the National Land Use Act. This will provide for a rational and holistic management and development of our country's land and water resources, hold owners accountable for making these lands productive and sustainable, strengthen the LGU to manage ecological balance within its jurisdiction. It also provides for land use and physical planning framework as a mechanism in determining policies and principles to implement this legislative measure. Number 15, the National Defense Act. This seeks to amend the antiquated National Defense Act of 1935 to provide for a change in the military structure of the armed forces of the Philippines that is more responsive to current and future non-conventional security threats to the country's territorial integrity and national sovereignty. Number 16, Mandatory Reserve Officers Training Corps and National Service Training Program. This seeks to reinstitute the ROTC program as a mandatory component of senior high school programs, grades 11 and 12, in all public and private tertiary level educational institutions. The aim is to motivate, train, organize, and mobilize students for national defense preparedness, including disaster preparedness and capacity building for risk-related situations. Number 17, enactment of an enabling law for the natural gas industry. This seeks to foster the development of the midstream natural gas industry in a bid to strengthen Philippine energy security by diversifying the country's primary sources of energy and promoting the role of natural gas as a complementary fuel to variable renewable energy. Number 18, amendments to the Electric Power Industry Reform Act, or EPIRA. This aims to improve the implementation of the law's provisions and enhance its effectiveness to address the high cost of electricity, alleged market collusion, and insufficient power supply. The bill seeks to restructure the Energy Regulation Commission to foster accountability and improve the Commission's government system that would ensure consumer protection and in enhancing competitive operation of the electricity market. Number 19, amendments to the Build, Operate, Transfer Law. This seeks to improve the implementation of the public-private partnership program and to be able to direct the desired outputs in line with development. Specifically, the amendments seek to, 1, address the ambiguities in the existing law, 2, address the bottlenecks and challenges affecting the implementation of the PPP program, and 3, foster a more competitive and enabling environment for PPPs. To my fellow Filipinos, ang aking mga minamahal na kababayan, batid ko na hindi madali ang ating pinagdaraanan sa nakaraang higit na 2 taon. Alam ko rin na ang bawat isa sa inyo ay ginagawa ang lahat ng inyong makakaya upang patuloy na harapin ang lahat na pagsubok sa kasalukuyan. I do not intend to diminish the risks and the challenges that we face in this turbulent time in global history. And yet, I see sunlight filtering through these dark clouds. We have assembled the best Filipino minds to help navigate us through this global crisis that we are now facing. We will endure. Let our Filipino spirit ever remain undimmed.
All right,
I know
guys.
this in my mind.
Lumagpas,
I know
lumagpas.
it in my heart. I know it in my very soul. The state of the nation is sound.
Yun.
Thank you and good afternoon. Marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat.
Ayan eh, natapos din mga kabisat. Grabe. Ang tansya ko dito, nasa 1 hour 25 or 1 hour 20 between. Anyway, 1 hour 20 plus to be exact. Ang kanyang speech ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, mga kabisat. Congrats, congrats. Napakahusay. Ito na, tatapusin na ng ating mga Senate President at ang ating House Speaker. Ayan eh. Guys, sa mga hindi pa nagla-like and subscribe dyan, baka guys, like naman tayo dyan, mga kakapsat.
Yeah, I couldn't leave anything out.
Yun, grabe yan. Daming kan guys, oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the part of the Senate, the joint session is adjourned.
Yun.
On the part of the House of Representatives, the joint session is adjourned.
Yun. Right. Amazing, amazing, amazing. O, diba? Nakaka-amaze. Pero for sure, marami na sabihin dyan yung mga kontra dyan. Nako po. Salamat po sa ating 216 likes. Sa mga hindi pa nagla-like dyan, baka naman, nakakapsan. Ayan. Narinig po natin ang ating nag-iisang Pbbm sa kanyang pinakaunang SONA. Ang dami niyang binanggit. At malamang himay-himay na naman to ng mga makakaliwa. Especially yung mga travelers, yung mga bias media. Mamaya sigurado yan guys, abangan nyo. Lalo na yung grappler, di ba guys? Naalala nyo yung inaugurations ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos noong noong June 30, di ba? O, pinak-check pa. Nako po. Mamatay kayo at mangat kayo. Ano din, malusaw kayo sa git. Ayan mga kapsat, ang ating nag-iisang Pangulo. Yes, magaling talaga, Ma'am Susan. Napakahusay. Shout out, Ma'am Julia Somera. Kapsat Iris, salamat. At saka sa lahat-lahat po ng mga nandito. Mga silent viewers, maraming salamat. Sa mga di nagpaparamdam dyan pero nanonood, maraming salamat po. Sabi ni Sir Leonardo, my God. Sana sa ulo na lang ni Babalu Reyes pinaputok yung dalawang wood hammers. Yun o. Mukhang solid wood siya eh. Patay tayo dyan, Sir Leonardo. Yes, tama. Standing ovation po lahat, mga kapsat. At balita ko, may SONA yata si Kon, no? Si Nanay Lenlen, totoo ba? Anong SONA yan? SONA malangit ba? Atay tayo dyan. Out na ako, Sir Paul. Mga dawakway lang. Sige, ma'am. Jania, alam ko gutom ka na. Mabisina ko. Kain na po, ma'am Jania. Sa mga di pa kumakain dyan, kain na mga kapsat. Once again, maraming salamat po sa mga sumubaybay at sumuporta dito sa ating coverage sa Post-SONA ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Ang talino talaga ng ating Presidenteng Bongbong, sabi ni Ma'am Helen. Yes po. Bye, Agi. Mabuhay, Pbbm, sabi ni Ma'am Susan Maranan. So next guys, no, merong pa-concert ng ating I think unity team na gaganapin mamaya-maya guys. So I'm not sure, lalo na umuulan sa Manila ngayon din, alam ko umuulan. So ingat-ingat tayo, especially sa mga kasama natin. Silipin niya natin yung mga kasama natin. Kumusta na sila? Silipin lang ni Maestro, no? Kamusta naman? Kamusta naman? Sino ba mga naka-live ngayon sa mga kasamahan natin? Kasi na-kwan sila eh, na signal jump sila mga kapsat. President Bongbong Marcos Post-SONA, 31 million. Silipit mo nga ito sa Nako, pare-parehas tayo. Mga kapsat, andali. Top 1, Coach Jared Sangkay, nakamupan din, no? Naka-live din si Sangkay. 6,000 viewers siya. Coach Jared, ilan ang viewers niya? 1.4K. JDB, naka-live din. Post-SONA, Pbbm. I think nakapasok si Ikon dito. Yeah, silipin ko. Ay, hindi. Parehas din. Pare-parehas tayo ng source. Ayan eh. With Pbbm and Inday Sara, you know. Nice. Wala yatang naka-live sa labas guys ha. Wait lang. Naghanap si Maestro. Kamusta naman ang lagay sa labas? Sino pa man naka-live? Pinakasagitin natin. 1PH. Banat Boy, nakalabas. Si Daddy Rick. Flat, Jimmy. Ate Melvi, malamang naka-live to. Ayun, silipin natin si Ate Melvi. Nasa labas ba si Ate Melvi? First Sona, libo-libo ang dumalo. Iba ka talaga. Bah, kaka-live lang yan. Ay, hindi. Parehas. Source. Ano pa tayo dito? Sino pa mga ka-BBM natin dito naka-live sa labas? GMA, Shirley, Dudes, Salindora, Itbulaga, Sandra, Rappler, nako, my God. Dadrick Banat, Boy, nako, mukhang wala. Ay, si Yupon niya ako. Sa loob ba? Ay, hindi. Parehas din. Parehas din. Si Papa Vin, for sure, ito. Silipin natin si Papa Vin. Ayun! Tapos na. Yung mga polis natin medyo nakarelax ha. Hindi mukhang wala yata yung encuentro dito ha. Walang sakupang anti-Marcos na nangyari dito ha. Ayan. Di ba may pa-concert dyan? Di ba may pa-concert dyan? Pero buti na lang, maganda yung weather. Hindi naman. No drop versus Eagle. Cardinal 6 months. Pero papitik-pitik ano daw? Papitik-pitik salita. No one is above the law. Sumunod na kayo. Yes, tama yan. Yung string, tama yan. Yun eh. Parang nalilinig ko si Juan ah. Ating Hari Roque, mga kapsat. Alright, very good. Salamat RTVM, salamat, baka naman RTVM ha. Salamat po, pare-pares naman po tayo mga supporters ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Again, maraming salamat. Next, silipin natin ano nangyayari sa labas mga kakabsat. Share ko lang ha, nangyayari sa labas. Ito po, nakipapavin tayo.
Yeah. Dahil biruin mo yung 1 year na imbis na magbabayad ng buwis.
Thank you po, Miss.
Malaking bagay yun
Miles R.
na
Wood.
magagamit nila.
At sa panahon na to, ano yung isa sa mga benefits na magiging mga Pilipino ngayon? Alam nyo, marami naman for the few months right now na mangyayari pa.
Idol.
Sa seryoso na pamumuno ng ating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos. Alam ko na siya magdala ng tagumpay ng Pilipinas.
Kanina
Parang-
habang nagsasalita ang Pangulo, sino ang nakikita nyo sa kanya? Personal question din sa inyo, sir.
Honesty. Talagang honest siya doon sa mga
Sinasabi niya. Yan. Maraming salamat po, Farm Caloocan,
Caloocan City.
Caloocan City. North Caloocan. Salamat at may
Yan.
presensya pa ng mga taga
Yung mga
Caloocan
police
dito.
guys,
At
sa tingin nyo,
kami,
naka-relax
Mayor
lang sila
Oscar
dito sa
Ocamp,
gilid, oh.
Malapitan.
Si Ali.
Kita nyo, nakaupo lang yung mga pulis, oh, relax sila.
Congressman na po si Tatay.
Yeah.
Ayan, salamat po.
Okay.
Salamat po.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you very much po.
Ito tayo sa mga tumadaan. Ito.
Sabi ni Leonardo Ansag, tama ba yung naririnig ko sa iyo, Maestro? May SONA rin din ako. Hindi ba, Sir Leonardo, may nag-comment. May nag-comment dito kanina na mayroon daw sariling SONA si Nanay Lenlen.
Ayan, ako po.
Standby lang po.
Standby tayo.
Gusto ko mapanood yun.
Di ba po pa-concert na? Oo, Maestro Paul, meron.
Ayan, may pa-concert.
Ay, bigyan natin.
Maestro Paul.
Parang kasama mo si Idol Biyahe ni Koy. Nandito kasama ko si Biyahe ni Koy.
Sabi ko na nga, be. Ayan na! Ay!
VIP lang sa Kalaang.
Teka lang siya down.
Tungkol ko'y babantayan, lagi kang
Kakasama pala sila mga kapsat, no?
Ang bayan ay
Iniwanan siya karunungan.
Pilipinas ko.
Iniwanan si JBB.
Mga kababayan ko, nagaganap po ngayon dito.
Ayos ka, Tay. Halika, Tay.
Tay.
Interview na, Tay.
MBB, malika Tay.
May interview, Tay.
Ayan na.
Nako, nakawala tayo kay Papa Vin. Andali, sorry. Dali. Nakawala tayo kay Papa Vin. Ayun, hinarangan ulit tayo eh.
Medyo mahal. May kamahalan siya.
It's more than 4 to 5K.
The lipstick brand.
Halika, Nay. Halika dito, Nay. Dito, Nay.
Alam, may interview na. Nay, ano yung mga sinabi ng Pangulo kanina na talagang tumatak sa puso mo?
Ang dami. Parang lahat papatak.
Yun na!
Patatak sa puso ng tao.
Oo, naramdaman ko talaga.
Ano yung proyekto niya para sa mga katulad nating
Tutulungan niya.
tutulungan niya, lalong-lalo na sa agrikultura.
Interview na. Agrikultura, maganda. Ayusin niya. Lahat na magsasaka. Lahat na, yun, gagampanan niya lahat ng lahat ng mga sinabi niya para pumatak talaga yung puso ko na totoo, mangyayari yan. Lahat natin, para sa akin lang.
Para sa inyo po.
Oo,
Ayan,
para sa akin talaga.
Maraming
sa puso ko na maasahan.
Maraming salamat po, Nanay.
Salamat.
Hello po, ma'am. Magandang hapon po. This is Biyahe ni Koy TV and mga UVIP vloggers po at mga vloggers na mga kasama po natin.
Good afternoon po. Marami akong nagustuhan sa sinabi ni BBM. Kaya sa...
Kayo guys, ano nagustuhan nyo sa mga sinabi ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos?
Buwas na Maynila. Nangutang ng pera para lang makaluwas ng Maynila para sa...
Ako, number one, syempre, yung sinabi niya, face-to-face na. Kasi guys,
nila na nasa ibang bansa.
Dahil bakit, guys?
Government
Unang-unang-
ang kakatok sa pintuan ng mga...
Apektado yung mga estudyante natin sa totoo lang, no?
Yun kasi
Iba pa rin yung
dating
face-to-face
OFW din ako,
compared
kaya
sa
alam ko kung
online
gaano
learning.
kahirap maging OFW.
As a maestro,
Hindi
yung mga
ganun
estudyante
kahirap
ko,
kumain ng pera sa
nakita ko
ibang
yung
bansa.
difference eh.
Napakahirap.
Yung iba, relax lang.
Eh,
Pero yun,
isa yun sa
pagdating sa
pinaka
performance, iba
nagustuhan ko
yung
sa
lumalabas.
kanila. Saka yung
Kaya
sinasabi
dapat lang
yung
magkaroon tayo ng face-to-face. Which is, ayun, mangyayari na sa November.
Power plant.
Umpisa na yung full force na face-to-face. Kasi this August, limited face-to-face kami sa aming school.
Single sa tubig, bumaba yung gas. Sa lahat lang, na-enjoy ko yung mga sinabi niya. Sana lang ma-implement. Kasi iba yung sinasabi, iba yung implementation, di ba? Sana lang may sakatuparan lahat ng sinabi niya. Lahat ng sinabi niya maganda tungkol sa health, lahat-lahat. So ang kailangan lang natin,
Ekonomiya, yes, tama lahat.
at masunod lahat.
Kailangan pa po natin wala pa po isang buwan ng ating Pangulo na nakaupo sa Pilipinas. So, hayaan pa po natin na makapag-perform pa siya ng kanyang trabaho. Pero so far po, nakakatuwa pong isipin na ang programa ng Pangulong Duterte noon ay pinagpapatuloy po ngayon. Lalong-lalo na sa mga OFW na banggit po, yung 10 years passport na pinagkaloob ng ating Pangulo na dating mga Pangulo hindi nabibigyan ng pansin ng mga overseas Filipino worker. Pero right now, ipagpapatuloy pa po at i-implement pa natin ng mas malawakan pang mas magandang programa para sa mga OFW. Maraming salamat po, ma'am. Ano po pangalan nila?
Ana Puli.
Ana Puli. Saan taga po kayo, ma'am?
Caloocan.
North. Maraming salamat.
O buti nagka-signal na sila, no?
Hello si Sir. Kaalam
Lahat sila
sir. Thank you po, Ma'am Miles.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Sir, ano
Opo, may kasamang placard,
magandang narinig nyo kanina sa
Binanggit ng ating mahal na Pangulong Bongbong Marcos Jr. ay yung tungkol sa ating teritoryo na hindi siya papayag na kahit isang metro kwadrado ay hindi ito isusuko para sa mga dayuhan. Ito yung pagkaari ng Pilipinas at ating ipaglalaban. At ang tungkol sa kalusugan natin, no? Na pag-ibabayuhin pa, na pagbubutihin, na madagdagan ang mga kakulangan na serbisyo para sa kapakanan ng buong sambayan ng Pilipino. At yung ating edukasyon na lalong pagbubutihin din, no? Yung kalidad. Kasi sabi nga ni ating mahal na Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, ang pag-asa ng bayan ay ang kabataan.
Speaking of education po, ito po yung manggagaling sa programa ng Vice Presidente Inday Sara Duterte. Ano po bang expectation niyo sa kanyang pagpasok bilang kalihim, isa sa mga kalihim ng ating gabinete? Kung makikita po natin sa ngayon, pabor po ba kayo sa mga ipagagawa ng ating o imumungkahing proyekto nito ni VP Inday Sara Duterte sa bansa?
Yes po, yes. Lalong-lalo na implement ulit itong ating ROTC and CAT sa mga senior high school. Na dapat lang naman para handa tayo lahat ng bagay pagdating sa emergency situation like sa
laging handa. Boy Scout ka ba?
Sa
Parang
mga disasters. Hindi lang naman tungkol sa militarization ang gagawing paghahanda natin. Kundi pati dito sa mga disasters and calamities na darating pa. So maganda po yung programa ng ating mga Pangulo.
So sa pagpapatuloy po, yung Build project ni Pangulong Pangulong Duterte, ng dating administrasyon ay pagpapatuloy ngayon. Kayo po ba, ano po pang mga expectation nun? Lalo-lalo sa North Caloocan, ika nga nila magkakaroon daw po ng LRT system na gagawin dyan.
Opo, napakaganda po ng programa, yung Build program ng ating dating mahal na Pangulong Duterte, na ipagpapatuloy lamang po ng ating mahal na Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Kasi tunay tayo pong mga Pilipino ang makikinabang dito at ang mga susunod pang henerasyon. No, katulad yung ginawa ng dating mahal na Pangulong Ferdinand Edward Marcos Sr. kung saan pinagawa niya itong mga ospital na kung
sabi nila doon sa energy
na Pilipino. Katulad ng
number 1 ang energy, tubig sa akin, agrarian reform, OFW natin.
Children's Center, no? Nakikita naman natin na 30 years more nakaraan up to now, napapakinabangan
parang domino
natin.
effect. Yes, exactly, Sir Leonardo Ansal.
Kanyang idea na ginawa ng ating mahal na Pangulong Edward Marcos Senior, siguro itong kalamidad na dumating, kawawa mga Pilipino, hindi tayo handa. Pero advance masyado ang isip ng ating Pangulo. Kita mo, pandemic, kahit pa paano, nagkaroon tayo ng agarang solusyon. No, na bigyan ng mga atensyon pangkalusugan ang mamamayang Pilipino. So dapat lamang po ipagpapatuloy, lalo na po itong magko-connect ng mga kalsada, tulay, sa pamamagitan ng mga meron tayong subway, no, meron tayong mga dadagdagan ng mga relays ng train, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Ang ganda po ng proyekto na yan. Ini-imagine ko pala ngayon, parang panaginip. Pero napakaganda po, no? Tunay talaga na magiging makatotohanan ito.
Maraming salamat po, sir. Thank you very much. Personal question, sir. May personal question po ako sa inyo.
Yes.
Ilang taon na po kayo?
54.
Naabutan niyo po mga Marcos?
Yes.
Come on.
Elementary grades ako noon. Sa Mindanao ako noon. Ang sabi nila,
Si
yung
Maestro,
martial law,
baby pa lang noon, baby.
naging marahas sa tao. Pero sa amin po,
Baby vlogger.
magulo po yung lugar namin. Pero nung ipagawa yung martial law na yan, at dumating yung mga sundalo doon sa lugar namin, sa Mindanao, napakadisiplinado po lahat ng tao. At hanggang sa pumalis ang Marcos, wala naman ako nakita talaga na ginawang pagsasamantala po. Lalong-lalo na pagdating sa kalayaan.
Sir, mukhang marami po kayong alam. One last question na lang po mula po kay Biyahe ni Koy TV. Sir, sabi nila, ano po ba ang pinaka-reliable magbalita ngayon? Vloggers po ba o media?
Pareho po para sa akin. Pero ang vloggers naman kasi very flexible po sila eh. No? Bawat sulok may mga vloggers.
Ayun eh.
Yung media, medyo control persons lang sila. Pero lahat yan kailangan natin na meron tayong freedom of speech. No? Yung magbibigay tayo ng mga balita na makatotohanan lamang. So kayo din mga vloggers dapat maging makatotohanan lamang tayo.
Ano pong masasabi niyo sir sa mga tumutuligsa kay BBM? Ano pong masasabi niyo sa kanila?
Sa mga tumutuligsa po sa ating mahal na Pangulo, no? BBM, Bongbong Marcos,
Patabuti na sila.
Tama na. Tama na.
Yes.
31 million Filipinos po ang bumoto sa ating mahal na Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. So, stop na po. Move on. At
Kaya nga, move on na din.
Time to magkaroon
Iba dyan hanggang ngayon, ayaw makamove
unity.
on.
Wala lang kulay green, wala lang kulay red, wala lang kulay blue. Itong tayo, mga Pilipino tayo.
Ang moral ng mga Pilipino.
Yes, itaas natin ang moral ng mga Pilipino.
Maraming salamat po.
Ipagmamalaki natin sa puso, sa salita, at sa isip na tayo ay mga mahaligang Pilipino. Mabuhay mga Pilipino, mabuhay Pilipinas.
Mabuhay. Oh.
Thank you so much po.
Salamat din po, salamat.
Kalawakan po, proud to be a Kalawakan. Kalu.
Yun. Gravity. Ito yung mga kasama nila dito. Mukhang nakatripod itong si Papa Vin ah. Hindi gumagalaw yung camera niyo.
Solid
Nakatripod to.
BBM. Ayan sa ating mga viewers dyan at yun. Ako yan Jim, nandito tayo ngayon sa may Batasan. Oo. Dito sa may
At least,
Mamaspina, hello po.
relax yung mga
Maestro po, gabi ang
pulisan
saya
natin.
Oo, sa harapan. Ay sir, pwede po ba kayo ma-interview?
Ayan eh. Buti na lang, malakas ng
Ayan
signal
mga
nila.
kababayan, at antay-antay lang na.
Ito lang. Salamat Papa Vin, salamat Kapsat Papa Vin. So ayun mga Kapsat, no, sa mga hindi pa po nakakapag-subscribe sa ating nag-iisang Papa Vin TV, baka naman mga Kapsat, subscribe and like po tayo mga Kapsat. So thank you very much Kapsat. Ayan eh, nandun sila sa labas ng Batasan. Alright, so mga Kapsat, at least nakapan natin, no? Napakasaya, ang daming binanggit ng ating mahal na presidente. So nakakatawa at ayun nga, no? Matupad lahat ng kanyang mga pinangako ngayong araw na 'to. So, ayan nga sabi ng iba dito, sabi rin ng mga magaganda, magdagdag ng airport para ma-discongest or ma-discongest ang Manila Airport. 'Yun. Ang Manila Airport ng tawag nun, hindi na naiya. Alam mo Maestro Paul, gusto ko may kamay na bakal din si PBBM like his father and PRRD. If that happened, lahat ng sinasabi niya sa SONA kaya niyang gawin. And I am positive kaya ni PBM yan. Duling Ilocano yan eh. Ay duging naman to. Dugong Ilocano yan. Ayan, oh. Sabi naman ni Sir Gladioli Daos. Tama LRT system at mass transport para mabawasan ang traffic. Bawas consumption ng gas. At lastly, mass transport parang sa Singapore at tulong na rin sa global warming. Ayan. So mga Kapsat, no, again, nakakatuwa kasi talagang overwhelming ang ating PBBM sa kanyang unang SONA. So sa mga kumokontra diyan lalo na sigurado yan guys or baka nag-umpisa na no. Nag-uumpisa na yung mga yung mga pina-fact check na naman yung mga pinagsasabi ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Anyway, guys, nandito lang tayo. Suporta lang tayo sa ating nag-iisang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. At congratulations. Sa wakas, narinig natin mga plano ng ating Pangulo. So, abangan po natin yan. So, sa mga kuan dyan, sa mga antay at sa mga kuan, no, hindi pa rin maka-move on, eh, good luck sa inyo. Magdusa kayo ng 6 years. Alright. So again, mga kabsat, it's already 2 hours and 54 minutes magkakasama tayo. Again, maraming salamat sa ating source na ang RTVM. Nagbigay ng ating source na ginagamit din halos lahat ng mainstream. Di ba tagi-echo ko? So, ayun, ginagamit din ng lahat ng mga mainstream medias at saka yung mga ibang kasama natin. Although may nalaman nga tayo na baka naman. So again mga kabsat, kita-kita lang tayo tonight siguro. Tonight, let's see. Pag-usapan natin kung ano yung mga pwede natin pag-usapan. For sure, mga reaction nyo regarding dito sa mga nangyaring kaganapan sa araw na to. So again, maraming salamat. Maestro for now is signing off again. So mag-relax kasi meron tayong mag-attend din ako ng meeting ng alas 6 eh. May meeting ako ng alas 6 kaya i-prepare ko rin itong aking laptop. Mayroon kaming emergency meeting. So thank you very much mga kabsat. Kita-kita lang tayo maybe tonight. So kung kaya ng alas 8 or earlier, kung di man 9, pero pag mga ako wag na. Sasabi na lang ako sa mga makiki-comment na lang ako sa mga kasama nating mga BBM vloggers dyan. So once again, maraming salamat. Di na ako move Department of Water. Aray ko po. Department of Water. Sa mga kumokontra. Wait, natakpan. Wala pa kayong ipoprotest. Plabo pa lang yung SONA ni PBM. Ayun. Sayonara sa lahat. ST. At sir, sana i-content nyo yung si Miss Chito Tiago. Yumol. Nakakaawa siya. Si Chito o Chow? Chow yata yan. Ang alam ko, naikon ko na yan guys. No? Naumpisan na natin yan kanina. Naitapik ko na yan po kaninang umaga si Chow. Si Chow Tiago Yumol. Yung doktor. Si doktor na sumugod dito sa graduation sa Ateneo. Kaya nakakalungkot, no? 3 pong patay diyan. Tapos ang nakakalungkot diyan, nadamay pa yung security guard diyan. Tapos yung anak ni Mayor Purigay. I think siya. Injured po siya. So anyway guys, no? Isolated case lang po yung nangyari kahapon. So hindi po siya talaga connected regarding sa nangyari ngayon. So wala pong kinalaman sa sa pamumulitika. Kasi ganyan, no? Parang talagang personalan yun eh. Kasi nagkaroon siya ng more than I think 70 cases of libel. Kaya ayun, medyo na-count siguro. Napuno. Ang problema, meron siyang binulgar. Ang problema natin ngayon, kung totoo, doon natin malalaman. Siyempre, may nagsabi doon kanina, yung si Attorney Gutierrez yata yun. Hindi, Attorney Esquera. Attorney Esquera, kung doon nagkakamali, nasabi niya na walang katotohanan lahat ng mga pinagsasamid daw ni Doc Yumul. So anyway, mga kabsat, so nakakalungkot yung nangyari kahapon at nasira yung graduation rights ng Ateneo de Manila Law School. So anyway, basta guys, usap-usap na lang tayo mamaya. More blessings. Congrats sa ating nag-iisang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Maestro Paul is signing off. Salamat po. Paalam. Bye-bye.